This episode has been brought to you by justinform.com. If you're tired of being censored, tired of having your data stolen and sold, go to justinform.com, a social media site where all voices are welcome.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning in to a special morning report of Mikasa Tsukasa. I did have to go ahead and kind of like give you all an update on all the craziness that's been happening. Now, this is something that happened last night that I didn't get to put in the title only because I just received updates about it while I was getting everything together. And that is Sam Ronan has been arrested. For those of you who do not know who Sam Ronan is, he is the former candidate for the DNC chair position, the Democratic National Committee chair position, a position that was formerly held by Debbie Wasserman Schultz and is currently held by Tom Perez. He is currently running for the U.S. House of Representatives out of Ohio in the 1st District. A video has been released. It was actually captured live by Sam. It appeared that he was getting out of his car, parked in his apartment complex, just leaving from work when cops approached him, one with a stun gun, telling him to get on the ground. When Sam asked why he needed to get on the ground, the cops actually did not give him an answer. They just kept yelling for him to get on the ground. We have the video here. I do want to see if it'll play. If it's formatted correctly, we should be all good. But let's go ahead and check it out.
Let go of me! Let go of me! What is the problem? You're on the ground. Your last chance. You're on the ground. You're gonna stun me. You're on the ground. You realize you're on live right now. You're on live. No. Now you assaulted me. No. Get on the ground. You haven't even told me what any issue is. For what? Get on the ground, sir. What am I under arrest for? Getting out of my car. Parking? Get on the ground. No. Go on the ground. What am I under arrest for? Get on the ground. Please tell me. Ground. No. You have no. Get on the ground. Then you have no legal grounds to arrest me. You can't just arrest me because you want to. As much as this is a police state, and as much as you feel like you are obligated to do this, you're not. Go on the ground. No. You see, now you're assaulting me. Sir? I'm not resisting. I am defending myself from being assaulted by someone who claims to be an officer. Get on the ground. Sir, you're using excessive force. Get on the ground. You are both using excessive force. This is what you're told to do. I want your badge. I want your badge. I want your supervisor. Now's not the time for that. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. We can talk about this later. Really? You start doing the road? For pulling into my driveway. You gotta work to make some. Well, this is going to be great. Cool. This is wonderful. Yeah. The boys voted with the 23 party question. You understand your right, sir? You understand your right? I understand my rights. You do. You have the left vote, sir. No, you assaulted me, and I didn't defend myself. Because I, unlike you, actually swore an oath to protect and defend this country. U.S. Air Force, thank you. I actually know what use of escalated force means. You pull out of your car and pull a weapon on me. That's outstanding, without saying any reason whatsoever. And then you would put me into a chokehold for no reason. Without even telling me what the problem is. Yeah, I'm looking at you too, officer, big buff guy. Impressive, truly impressive. Tax dollars at work right here. And in case you're wondering why I'm talking out loud, you're on Facebook Live, both of you. So this is outstanding.
So, as you can see, Sam was indeed arrested. Why? We don't really know, but I can tell you this. This is just some information that I recently got from his campaign manager. These are the charges that Sam was arrested on. Failure to comply with order or signal from a police. No idea what that order or signal was other than get on the ground, which he does not have to do if there was no reason for him to be pulled over or harassed to begin with. For obstructing official business. No one knows what the official business was. And obstruction of justice, which seems to be a little bit of double jeopardy because, I mean, what would be the official business of a police officer other than to exact justice in a particular situation? But they're saying he obstructed official business and that he obstructed justice. Now, as someone who has been involved with the police quite often, unfortunately, more than my fair share, these are all misdemeanors. However, they're all bullshit charges. I'm just call it what it is. These are charges that were drummed up for some reason. I don't know what that reason is. However, I can speculate, and this is only speculation. It looks as if Sam is being targeted. That's what it looks like. I'll call it what it is. It looks like he is a political target because, like I said, there are a lot of situations where charges get drummed up and that will result to absolutely nothing. Like I said, my situation where cops were called for a disruption or disturbance on someone else, when they attacked me, they had to come up with something, so they said trespassing in the Burger King where I just got done paying for food. But that was because they put me in the hospital, so they had to come up with something. Obviously, Sam pulled into his apartment complex. They read him his Miranda rights to a degree. However, the part that was kind of important that they left out was the fact that Sam was never read what he was being charged with. They never actually explained to him why they were arresting him. They just said, "You're under arrest." And they kind of botched the whole Miranda rights thing, but either way, it was wrong. That's probably why they botched it so horrifically. When Sam asked why he was under arrest, they would not give him an answer. And if there is anyone at all claiming Sam should have just complied, you have lost your mind. I'm going to need you to check your liberties at the door because apparently you don't believe you have any. According to the Supreme Court, if you are being arrested for no reason, if you are not given a reason, if that arrest is indeed wrongful, then you as a citizen have every right to defend yourself, even if that means taking the cop's life. That is according to the Supreme Court. Sam was well within his rights to resist arrest from these people, these men claiming to be officers. I'm sure they were. Sam has every reason to believe that he is a political target, considering just last year during, or I believe it was either last year or the year before, his officer, Paul Chapman, or his manager, his campaign manager, Paul Chapman, actually was arrested for felony disruptive behavior. You know, it was essentially a situation where he went to his child's school to figure out why his kid was being bullied. Next thing you know, he was arrested, held for, almost a month with no charge. Then he was finally given an arraignment. As you all know, usually most people are given an arraignment within, if you're arrested on a Monday, you're usually given an arraignment by Tuesday. If you're arrested on a Friday, you're given an arraignment by Monday, pretty much as soon as a judge can see you. And they arrested him and then put him on house arrest. that was a month before, of course, the election took place for Sam. Obviously, we're starting to see this pattern forming. We have reasonable suspicion and reason to believe that I was targeted while I was in Georgia. And that's because, well, it seems that my line has been tapped. Not just my line, but people politically associated with me. This is, I can't say it's unheard of. We also know that Sam is very outspoken against the police state. We also know that Sam does legitimately pose a threat to the establishment in Ohio and in Congress. We know that Kenneth Mejia is about to make history if he wins his election as the first ever Green Party candidate to win in a national election and be represented with the national seat. Sam would be, for all intents and purposes, the first progressive Republican, because if you don't recall, he did switch to Republican in order to give himself a better opportunity to be visible for Ohio constituents to listen to what he had to say. And so he would be the first progressive Republican, and he really wouldn't even be on the Republican side to make the U.S. House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate. So I really hope that there isn't anybody out there saying he should have just complied while his liberties were being stripped. Like, there are a bunch of people who tout the Second Amendment, nonsense, and then will say Sam should have complied. If you are really about the Second Amendment, you understand that the Second Amendment is about fighting the tyranny of the U.S. government and authorities authorized by the U.S. government, then in that scenario, you should be up in arms more than anybody else to see authority being exacted on somebody who clearly did nothing wrong. They don't even have a charge. If Sam wanted to, he could sue them, and he would be well within his rights, and he would probably be successful and would almost immediately get a settlement out of the court. But if anybody else has any information that they would like to report on that situation, would love to hear about it. Please, you can send it to myself on Twitter at Niko, Niko, CSFB, on Just Inform. Just type in my name, Niko House, or on Facebook at Niko D House. As more updates roll out, I am in contact with his campaign manager. So as more updates roll out to me, I will be sure to get those out to you.